CM Punk's back, baby. CM Punk is back. We're going to talk the first episode of Collision, and we're also going to dive into some AEW Fight Forever. James, let's get it. Wrestling Shout! We took a week off, but we're back now, man. Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I'm Jesse Carter. Joined with me, as always, James Pinard Jr. What's going on, man? It's been a long week, it seems like, right?
I know. Here we are a week later. I know you were busy with work. I got busy with our stuff. You know how it is. Stuff comes up that you have control. Unforeseen circumstances, I guess, is the term used numerous of times.
That overtime can be something else, man. I'll tell you what. Like, it's gonna continue this week too. It's gonna continue this week into next week. So we may not be here next week. So I don't know. I on my downtime I am uploading videos, so the channel is staying active. If you guys are listening on audio platforms, come and subscribe to us over on YouTube. That is where you're going to find us for the most part. We're going to be uploading a lot of content for AEW Fight Forever. We're going to be uploading some wrestling news videos as well, soon to come. We're also going to be playing some WWE 2K23. I haven't given up on the game yet, so we're going to be doing some content drops for WWE 2K23 as well. AEW Fight Forever comes out in 10 days. I want to say, 10 days, right? Maybe 10? Maybe a little. I don't know. 29th.
Yeah, I think 9 if you pre-ordered it.
Okay,
on the Elite.
Which I did. So we will be going live on Twitch, playing that, as well as uploading content here. A lot of content is to come. Short form content is the way we are going to be rocking this thing. It's done us really well, man. The videos are hitting pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. The subscriber list is rising and rising, man.
They're must see. Let's just I'll put it out there. They're must see. They're very detailed. They are getting you pumped up for the next game, and of course news on WWE 2K23 as they give us more news
for WWE 2K24. You mean? We will be the source for WWE 2K24. I promise you that, and we're gonna try to hook up with 2K again and do another live with WWE 2K. As soon as 2K24 starts getting closer. But we will be the source to find AEW Fight Forever news and WWE 2K24 news, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to check it out. We're going to be posting a lot of content. And also, James, I appreciate that compliment. I'm glad you guys like the videos. I'm glad they're doing well. They're very interactive. I'm trying to keep them short and sweet, to the point. You may get a 10-minute video every now and then, which is fine, but it's still going to be short. The last video we uploaded was about 4 minutes long, and the numbers are still going up right now, man. So I'm really happy with the progress. I got a new computer. I'm able to edit video now and go back to my roots of editing video, so I'm really excited about that. Learning new stuff every day on how to edit, so hopefully the content continues to get better and better as we go. Uploading 4K videos, man. We're doing the
very sweet, very smooth. It's just you got to acknowledge those videos.
They're good, man. Go check them out if you haven't, man. Let's acknowledge the chat right now. Isaiah Hill, yo, bro, it's me, Isaiah. What's going on, Isaiah? Welcome to the chat. Frodo, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well.
What's going on?
Tokyo to Menace, CM Junk, damn, coming in hot already. Everything Pro Wrestling, yo, what's going on, guys? I appreciate you joining the chat. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, like I said, man, we're going to talk about some CM Punk. Check it out, man. The return was hot. I'm just going to dive into it. We're going to change the format up a little bit. I know we usually run about an hour and 45 minutes on these things, but we're not going to do that this time. We're going to keep this short, man. We're going to do about a 30-minute live today, 30-minute podcast. So CM Punk returns, man, comes back hotter than ever, cuts probably the best promo I've seen since he left the promotion. What'd you think, man? What'd you think?
Yeah. As soon as it was announced that he's going to kick off the show, you knew exactly he was going to do what he said. I'm going to talk about what's off my chest. And, of course, videos were circulating of what he did in 2013, taking off like the protection mic cover that had the logo on. He took it off the stick and just laid it off. And, of course, the shots and whatnot. We're going to be thrown under to the Counterfeit Bucks.
Yeah, Counterfeit Bucks, man. I loved that promo. I think I loved the other shot better, which was the one where he came in and he said, "If you've come here for an apology, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're softer than the wrestlers you like." And that was the greatest shot that you can ever imagine. Came in strong. The promo was approved, so everybody knew that this was going to be said. So before anybody gets on the internet and oh my God, he's hurting the Bucks' feelings. No, they all approved it. The Bucks even threw a counterfeit tweet out. Saying that we would have had those shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Always changing their bio, so hopefully things are a little smoother now. It's kind of a good sign, but I know everyone can say that, oh, he should have just bounced away, should have just talked about himself. I mean, look, the man is a damn big, powerful star. He just provided 300,000 or 3,000 ticket sale difference for the Toronto show for the next Collision.
It only took a promo and a match, James. That's what I've been saying. They come and see this man on a promo. They have a pretty good match for being gone for a year. CM Punk didn't look bad at all in this main event match. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was really well done. I can't say the same for the rest of Collision. I really didn't. Look, Collision, the whole setup was great. I like the red ropes. I like the stage setup. I like, the LED screens, the whole Collision on the top. It's very nice looking. Yeah. But the show definitely came off as a B show. To me, the show it felt different.
For me, this is the first week, so I'll give it some time, of course. The commentary, I never watched Ring of Honor and whatnot. I never did, never have, never will. Sorry to say that to people.
Kevin Kelly was dope.
He was cool.
I was happy with Kevin Kelly.
And, bravo to JR. I know he tried. I know he apologized. He had a rough day, of course, with the black eye. It's going to give me some time consuming to take the commentary, from Dynamite to Collision. But you can see that's a really atmosphere was different. The atmosphere was much different than your regular Dynamite. They're not very similar.
The commentary teams are really hard. When they make a change like that, it's hard to adapt. So I definitely understand where you're coming from on that.
Right. And Michael, is Excalibur going to be on there when Kelly has to go to? It's Kelly that has to go to New Japan to do his priorities over there. How is that going to work?
That's the thing that we haven't gotten confirmation. I do not know if Kevin Kelly is now signed with AEW because we didn't get the whole All Elite banner like we usually do when we see some new faces. So I don't know what's going on with Kevin Kelly, if he's a permanent fixture in the commentary team.
And then this makes me think, since we're having Forbidden Door, are we doing a 3-man commentary team? Are we doing the, like the retro Raw SmackDown with 2 tables, by ringside with 2 commentary, tables, teams going on? But I thought for sure the show was a success. You had to put it in Chicago.
They did good on numbers too. They did about the same as Dynamite does on Wednesday night. So,
have the numbers came out? I know someone.
I seen a tweet. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But what I seen, it was about around 800,000. So that's a typical Dynamite, right? So, that's what I seen. I don't know if it's fact yet, but
regardless, that's a better outing, especially on a Saturday. I know. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody did say that the Saturday Dynamites, when they had the tape delay because of baseball or some sporting event went on, the numbers were about the same. They weren't too harsh like a Rampage number. They were about the same ballpark.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. I mean, good showing. I just as a show, the show just felt weird to me. It didn't feel like your normal AEW setup. It felt more like a 2-hour Rampage, if I'm being honest. Like that's what it felt like to me. If you liked it, great. I did like the show. I'm not saying that the show was bad. I was there for CM Punk. Let's just say if CM Punk wasn't on
that's
card,
pretty
I probably
much
wouldn't have watched.
Yeah, the show's revolved around him. That's what everyone wanted to see. It's in Chicago.
Yeah.
He has to be on there. I'm assuming he's going to be on there every week, just about from here and out.
We'll see, man. Gabe's saying, how about that Punk promo? That's what I'm saying, man. That Punk promo was fire. It was absolute fire. CM Punk has always just been so good at this, and with the shaved head and everything, you can't help but wonder, like, when is the heel turn coming? You know what I mean? Because
It's got to happen.
He already seen some, because they're not gonna give him that standing ovation like they did in Chicago when he goes out. You already know this is more of an elite crowd than it is a CM Punk crowd.
He will be booed in Toronto.
Yeah, there is just, since this has happened at Brawl Out, it has definitely split the AEW fans in half.
Keep it going. Someone's at my door. Right?
No, you're good. You're good. It has definitely split the fans in half, and that sucks. But that's the case, man. Like, you got elite fans, you got CM Punk fans, and it sucks that the fans are going at war with each other. It kind of reminds me of back in the day when you had WWF versus WCW, except this is all in the same company, and it's a little ridiculous. But Isaiah Hill says, I just finished my Spider-Man game, Miles Morales. Nice, dude, nice. Chris the Psycho, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you for stopping by. Says Counterfeit Bucks was fire. Yes, it was. Positively E, what's going on, my dude? Throwing up the CM Punk X's. Isaiah Hill says 2 CM Punk is back in the action. Yes,
apologize
he is.
for that.
You're good, but you're good, man. Chris the Psycho, Sky Blue was very nice looking too. Yeah, she was. Positively E, I think Kelly will bring the best out of JR. So that's another thing too, is JR, you know what I mean? He's getting older, man. I mean, it's no secret. He's getting older.
Yeah.
He's still the greatest commentator of all time, in my opinion. Like, I'm a Tony Schiavone guy. You know what I mean? That you always hear the conversations of, are you a Shawn Michaels guy or are you a Bret Hart guy? For me, it's, are you a Tony Schiavone guy or are you a Jim Ross guy? I'm a Tony Schiavone guy. Tony Schiavone, give me more of Tony Schiavone on every AEW program, and I will be happy. That's just the way it is.
Kudos to JR, you know. I mean, like you said, he's getting much older. He's coming in for, like, you know, big marquee matches or main events. He's going to get to a point of maybe working the back or some production, somewhere he's got to fit in. You know, and I know he loves I know he loves the business. You know, right now you got the 2-man team of, you know, Excalibur and Tony Schiavone, which works very well. Like I said, kudos to JR, but I think, you know, your time's running up, bud. You maybe have another pursuit. Maybe Tony's going to fill him up somewhere. I know it's a lot for him, and I see why they put him in the spot of coming for like a main event match or some big main car match. So I understand it. But, you know, let's see where they can put him. I mean, it wouldn't be bad working him in production, or I don't know if he can be in the position like Tony Schiavone and go to the stage and interview someone. He used to do.
I don't think he wants to do that. I don't think that Jim Ross wants to do anything like that. I think he wants to be the commentary guy, which is fine, man. I still feel like, you know, bless his heart too. He came out and apologized for sounding bad and all that stuff. I mean, it's noticeable. I heard it, but you know, the man just had a serious fall that day and another black eye. So I think that people need to start watching Jim Ross and taking care of this man if he's going to be on the road with them. I'm not like one to say, you know, throw him off the team or anything.
No, of course not.
I still think that he had good chemistry with Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, and look, they've had numerous people be fillers and backups. They had Big Show at one point. They had Mark Henry. What's it called? I forgot about Taz. Taz was in there. Bryan Danielson's been on there. Even guest ones, you know, the NJF. You've had fillers up there, so it's not, you know, a big must that JR has to be there.
Yeah. Gabe says, I think if you watch the old episodes of ROH, you may like it. Yeah, so I used to watch all the old ROH stuff. It's just, you know, in 2023, I don't know, I just expect more, man. I feel like wrestling as a whole has just become so unentertaining to me when it comes, and I hate to say that, man, because I'm a huge wrestling fan, but when it comes down to like storylines and everything else, there's just something missing from all across the board, from WWE to AEW, and that's just my personal take on everything. I mean, I'm not, if you're enjoying it, great. For me, it's just, you know, there's something off about it, and maybe it's just all the drama that's going on behind the scenes, all the dirt sheet crap that comes leaking out every single week. Maybe it's something like that, but
yeah, it has to be the social media crowd that's bugging you. I know it bugs me too, just for the littlest inconvenience, just for somebody returning, or
yeah.
sadly if someone passes away, it's who had a bitter tribute, which company did this and that.
Speaking of passing away, James, we lost Iron Sheik, and we didn't do a podcast last week, so we never got to acknowledge the Sheik, man. Sheiky baby is gone. No more Sheiky baby.
Yeah. It was a rough day for us Sheiky fans out there. But he's a legend. I mean,
one time for the one time, man.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sheik. Man, I really enjoy it. He was such a fun follow on social media. I know he wasn't the one posting the social media, but man, you could just hear it every single time.
Every time, yeah,
it's
you can
so
read
much
it.
fun, man.
And it wasn't just wrestling; it was on everything. It was politics, it was football, sports, everything in general. He lived a long career. It's the Iron Sheik. And you have said it, I've said it. I mean, he was a big, big part of Hulk Hogan. As much as I didn't like Hogan, as much as I didn't like Sheik, they were compatible with each other.
As much as I give you crap on the tweets and the private chats and all that stuff about Hulk Hogan, you're going to hear me say it here right now. Without that feud with the Iron Sheik in America versus Iran, you would never have put over Hulk Hogan the right way. That was a huge feud to put him over in and become the champion, and that is when Hulkamania was born, and that is when pro wrestling was born, in my eyes. Like, that's one of the things that just set it over the hill for, well, maybe not pro wrestling, but for WWE and all the history that we've had in WWE, because I don't want to take anything away from the NWA and everything that was going on, Jim Crockett Promotions, everything like that, because that history is fantastic as well. But as far as like WWE is concerned, they would have never had that cash cow Hulk Hogan without that great put over by the Iron Sheik. So definitely one of those things.
And it was just the typical, stuff that would probably be today's day, people would bash it, like, oh, typical American versus anti-American hero. Back then it was a huge deal. We didn't have much. So, it's iconic, and rest in peace to Sheiky. And I don't know if he has any kids, any in the wrestling form, but he was one hell of a Hall of Famer, and rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But let's get back to it. Let's see what the chat says right here. Conrad also confirmed that they are sharing Kevin Kelly, and he will be gone for big tours like G1. But he should be able to get back and forth for most shows. That's a lot of traveling, man. That's a lot of traveling. Tokyo says it's the 2012-2013 shaved head heel CM Punk. Yeah, I know which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
But are we going to get that heel? Like, we got to get a heel turn in.
We have to. Yeah.
Matthew Lopez says, good evening, everyone. What's going on, Matthew Lopez? Thanks for joining the chat, man. Positively E says they ruined their top babyface because they were jealous of all the records and stats that Tony was reading at the scrum. Yeah, is what it is, man. Matthew Lopez says, love Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness together again. Yeah, that's great. It's fantastic. Isaiah Hill says, I need Jim Ross to return to WWE for voiceover for WWE 2K24. Oh, man. Yeah, that's probably not happening. No more F the Hulk Hogan, Tokyo says. Blame talk text for bad conversation.
Yeah.
Is that how you're commenting right now, Conrad? You're fixing your texts a lot in this. Just talking on the phone. Oh, let me see here.
How's it going, Donovan?
Donovan, what's going on, man? He says, hey, guys, been busy with work a lot, but glad I can finally come back and catch one. Hope y'all are doing good. Hey, we're doing fantastic, Donovan,
yeah,
man.
We've been checking up on your creations. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I've been copping them creations. You better believe that.
Yeah, Roderick Strong. Yeah, I'm waiting for more.
Yeah, if you guys need or in the chat and you're still on WWE 2K23, go and check out Donovan's creations, man. Top of the line.
Yeah.
definitely keeping my universe aflowing. Isaiah Hill says, sharing what? I'm confused. They're sharing, so what Conrad was saying is they're sharing Kevin Kelly from New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW. So he's commentating on AEW Collision and then doing stuff with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. So yeah, man, as far as I'm concerned, the full show, I did like Andrade, obviously. On the Andrade match with Buddy Matthews was fantastic, fan-freaking-tastic. That was my match of the night for sure. Great match.
Yeah, I agree with it. And even they were using their spouses, their submission moves. Of course, Andrade doing the figure eight. Andrade doing Ripley's submission. I don't know the name of it, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, they're definitely shouting out the women, man.
Yeah, and of course the crowd, Chicago never disappoints with the welcome back chats. I will say the ring announcing does need a little bit of work when they're coming here calling him Buddy Murphy instead.
Yeah.
But it's all new. But like I said, like you said, it was kind of like a rampage. More just stuff felt like in the early beginnings of AEW. We felt that things were getting rushed. Like once, for example, like when Luchasaurus won the title, they rushed it to someone else doing an interview backstage. They didn't do the celebration.
Yeah, to me, that whole match and Luchasaurus, the stupid dinosaur, winning the title, that ruined the entire show for me. Honestly, like I could care less what happened after that. I don't need to see Christian, Luchasaurus, or Wardlow on my TV anymore.
Yeah, I feel bad for that TNT title. It's turning to a 24/7 ribbing right now. It's just, I don't know if they're just trying to raise some money.
Kevin Kelly for talking about the history of the title and everything. Didn't matter to me because this title is just. It was my favorite title at one point. Now that has been replaced with the international title. Facts.
Yeah, easily. So some changes need to be done with that immediately. So whether it's getting Wardlow off the screen or just let somebody hold that title for a lengthy time. Yeah, the dinosaur. Yeah, we could say a lot about that, but
everything Pro Wrestling says the intern likes the dinosaur. He calls his child the intern. You need to sit your child down, Conrad. This is what we're going to do right now. We're going to sit your child down, and you need to teach him the right things to like in professional wrestling. Because he doesn't know any better, and I'm going to give him a pass for that. But if you don't show him, then I'm blaming that crap on you, Conrad. Like, you're raising him wrong, brother. You're raising him wrong.
We've already said, get rid of the dino, give him some like corporate, give him, go by his, his shoot name. Just do whatever. Get rid of the mask.
Yeah, get rid of the mask. Like, nobody cares about a dinosaur. Positively E says, back when JR did commentary for New Japan, they made them record in a closet.
He was not great. I remember he was not that great in New Japan. It took him some time.
Matthew Lopez says the Dragon Zord is the TNT champion. The only thing that I liked about the ending of that match was that Christian grabbed the title like he had won it at the end. I popped for that. I was like, all right, that's kind of
it works for him. And I figured we have a new show. We had a title change when Christian did it. It's going to happen right here. So it is what it is. Let's see what they do next. And good Lord, just do something else with Wardlow, get Arn Anderson somewhere else. It's not working for me. It's not.
It's not working for me, brother. Rub the Pringle stash when you say that.
Yeah, right.
There you go, man. Before we get talking about AEW Fight Forever, because we're gonna run it short here. Bryan Danielson versus Okada. Should this be the main event, or should we be looking at Omega and Ospreay as the main event again for Forbidden Door?
Were they main event last time?
No, they weren't the main event for Forbidden Door, but I'm just saying, like, is this match that? To me, I think the Danielson versus Okada match is bigger.
But I think, because that's a first time match, and the feud between Omega and Ospreay have got who was the better wrestler. Kenny left, and Ospreay took it over. It's kind of a big history. Like I said, I don't watch New Japan. You don't watch it. I know for diehards, this was a big ordeal.
I go and watch like Kenny Omega's matches or somebody like that when they are performing over in New Japan. I'm just not a regular watcher of New Japan Pro
And
Wrestling.
with the shenanigans, with Blackpool Combat Club, there's going to be some shenanigans. I think they're going to tie it off with that. It's some involvement with Takeshka and all them. It's going to be a big
So you
cluster.
think the Omega match should be the headline?
I think so, just because
Okay.
we've had built storyline with it from way back then. I know they haven't mentioned it as much, but the history is there compared to, no disrespect to Okada and Bryan, but I think the story is more aligned with those two. So
Look at this guy, Noms. Everybody in the chat, Noms is Michael from the Pro Wrestling Shoots.
Michael
Martinez. He has not been. He has gotten too many tardy passes from this program. Why are you not live? Should I be sending him an invite right now? You need to get on here and talk some AEW Fight Forever, the game you refuse to buy.
I will say, after, like I said, the last Forbidden Door, yeah, he's a Billy Goat. He's damn good. He put Orange on the map.
All right. Isaiah Hill says WWE 2K24 might be a bloody mess next year. I don't see it happening. I think the game is going to be really good next year, but I do not see them adding more blood. You've seen, you know what? Let's just get into it. AEW Fight Forever this year is coming out in a few days. They had to dumb down the blood. You used to have the blood stick all over the ring. Now, and I haven't said this in any of our short form contents, but we're going to be getting there. Now the blood just disappears after a certain while, right? Like if it splatters somewhere else, it disappears wherever it was before. I'm okay with that, I guess. It sucks. But another thing I think we're missing is thumbtacks. Nobody has released anything about thumbtacks. Have they taken them out of the game? Can we have exploding barbed wire death matches, but we can't have thumbtacks? What's going on with this? This is a weird issue that I've seen across YouTube. I've seen some things on Reddit. Obviously, some people have the game early. They've been posting what you can and can't do on the game. The creating features are very, very limited. If you're trying to create anybody outside
from the past or current roster.
Yeah, if you're trying to create anybody, it's not going to happen in this game. Hopefully there's an update that fixes this, but as of right now, this creative suite is terrible. It is really terrible from what I've read. So that sucks.
Especially the mod block they claim that's going to be put on there. I don't know how legitimate that is, but
yeah,
we'll see. But other than that, I've heard positives like the gameplay.
Here's the thing too. Conrad says blame ESRB. So they were looking for that rating, right? And they had to dumb down the game. They had to get rid of some of the blood and all that stuff just to get that T for teen rating. What, like, you have such a small audience of kids that play your video or that watch your program. Why are we even catering this video game towards them to begin with? Why couldn't we have a mature game? That's what I'm trying to think of. You think a kid is not going to go out and buy Grand Theft Auto? You're crazy.
Yeah.
How many kids I run into online that's cussing me out in their mom's
basement?
I
mean, they're already online with microphones. I mean, you know what's going to be said on there. So,
like, I expect this sort of thing out of like the 2K games because their product is sort of aimed at children. But AEW, no way, man. You got people cutting their heads on a nightly over there.
There's at least one or two F-bombs thrown in.
Yeah, it's definitely not aimed towards kids. I just don't understand why we had to go after that T for teen rating anyway. But there's a lot of things that's coming out on the Reddit, and we're reading, and we're kind of getting disappointed. There's a lot of modes not in the game. They're saying that you can only do one-on-one for ladder matches. You can't do fatal four-ways, so that's out. Can't do tag team, that's out. It's only one-on-one ladder matches. This game, as excited as I am to get it and get my hands on it, I don't want to judge it too hard, but the way that it's wrote on paper sounds like I'm going to be bored in about 2 weeks. I've heard that the road to the elite is very, very small. It's about 3 months worth, or what is it, like 2 years? You go.
So you go from
like
what
a year long.
So it's like it's a year-long span, and this is from this person's playthrough. They said you can finish it in about 2 hours. And now I don't know if that's speed rushing or just going day by day, but at least 2 hours. I mean, that could be granted. Like they have that achievement of beating, I think, playing like 10 different times. But, obviously there's day one changes. There can always be changes, from the get go. I don't know how legitimate this is. We had our, issues with Eddie Kingston. Now, I think that was still a beta type. And then the following day, Eddie Kingston was fixed. So until we get our hands on the game, we got our go through.
So that's why I'm not going too hard on this stuff. Look, I hope the thumbtacks are in, if anything, because I'm not going to go in there and create WWE guys. I'm buying this game to play to have the AEW experience. So I don't really care about if I want creation, I'm getting on WWE 2K23. There's nothing that's going to beat that creative suite. So there's no point to even try at this point. But as far as thumbtacks and the way the matches are played out, I understand the one-on-one barbed wire death matches. That has to be a one-on-one, but ladder matches only being one-on-one.
Yeah, I don't know how legitimate that is, but
we've had tons of tag team ladder matches in AEW.
Yeah.
Once again, this is reported on Reddit. Nothing is confirmed. Yeah. I'm just bringing up conversation.
I can say there is a crap, and I mean a crap load of weapons that, good Lord, it's very...
Yeah, no, there's a lot.
It's very, I mean, we knew what was going to be. It's very arcade-ish. Certain match type is up. Yeah, I believe the barbed wire match is probably the funnest. Well, Lights Out and barbed wire was the fun ones I've heard. And I don't know how legitimate that is about the whole dig. Suppose you can select the options if you want the explosion to be huge, or of course the John Moxley Eddie Kingston explosion. I don't know how legitimate that was.
Yeah, you got the two options. I did hear that. Sanders Keel OGTHQ said he never knew if blood was in or out in games back in the day until last minute. So there you go. Matthew Lopez says it would be dumb that there can be exploding barbed wire death matches and no thumbtacks. Exactly. You can have lights out matches, you can have intergender matches, but oh Lord, keep those thumbtacks out of my game, please. Positively, he says WWE has always squeamish down blood in video games. Yeah, but that's just because it's what to be expected from WWE. Everything Pro Wrestling says, if only they had DLC to fix it. Yeah, but nothing is confirmed on what kind of DLC they're going to be doing. I did hear that day one, when the game drops, there's going to be a massive update and things are going to be in the game that nobody knows about. So, there's that. Take that for what you want.
I'm actually looking at more news that people, someone had that Maki Ito's entrance is in the AEW game. And Cody's epic prelude theme is on the game.
Interesting. Isaiah Hill says, my hope for AEW Fight Forever is dying out. So they also didn't get Moxley's Wild Thing entrance. They got his...
It's unscripted violence.
Violence, yeah.
Here's some little notes. So let's say you make a tag team in there. Okay? You get pretty much whatever you name the tag team, you get the AEW graphic it is being announced on Twitter, you sign. It says blah, 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 blah is All Elite. They do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can keep going. I'm just looking. It's just people.
Positively, he says, I don't believe the cost stuff. Leaker compared it up to Impact. I saw tons of masks in AEW shop in the game in Macho T's vid. Impact didn't have all these options for masks and hats. Yeah, but that's not what I was talking about. So they only had 14 or 17 hair options. They only, you know what I mean? There's not a lot going on when it comes to creating. It's not, once again, it's not something they can't fix. I'm just wondering what's going on, right? Are we getting into a game that is just going to die out really quick?
Here's a fun note. So Blackpool Combat Club, you can have them announce that. So that's in the game. So there's going to be major updating, but they're on the list.
Positively, he says gameplay alone, Fight Forever will outlast 2K cycle. We'll see. That's yet to be determined for me.
4 tag teams. There's 4 tag teams currently in the game. There are, so you can have, I guess, when you make a call, you can have 5 different attires.
Okay. I do like that you can have the attires like that, but once again, this is something that we have in other games. You know what I mean? So I don't know. They're not doing it. The only thing that is different in this game so far would be a lights out match and an exploding barbed wire death match and all the weapons. And
Roman Reigns' entrance is in the game.
Okay, I don't understand how that would be
AJ
possible.
Styles, Finn, and then of course, I don't know if you read that little side note I told you. So you can use Cody's theme song for your calls, but you can't use Punk's or Jericho's.
So this thing is what I'm talking about. Positively E says the version of the leaker is used unfinished with no day one patch. Yeah, exactly. So once again, it's all speculation. And he also says Kenny Bomb is just speculating on thumbtacks. They were under the ring steps in Legends of WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean, all this is going to come to light in about 9 days. So thankfully, we'll get the game. I've already bought the game, so it's not going to turn me away. I'm just debating whether or not is this game going to keep me wanting more. Because when they come out with downloadable content, they're going to have to drop something major. Like, I feel like 2K lacks in this area. Like, when they drop 5 new wrestlers, right? That's not going to be enough to keep me interested in playing for another 2 months. Do you get what I'm saying? You're dropping 5 wrestlers.
It's your first game.
So I'm going to get them off the game.
You got to give me something extreme.
I feel like when you drop
maybe something just whatever.
It has to be match types. You have to drop match types. You have to drop arenas and wrestlers in the same pack in order to keep somebody interested until your next pack drops. Because if you're just dropping wrestlers, I mean, it's just not enough, man. Unfortunately, like we have too much and we're too spoiled as gamers at this point. Isaiah Hill says, I just want to be able to play a wrestling game without being bored and just have fun and enjoy a game. And I feel like you're going to be able to do that with this game. I'm just saying, does it have enough to keep you playing it and having fun for the long haul? That's all I'm getting.
Cody has another attire, like a business attire. There's an AEW shop coming up.
Yeah, we don't have to get into any of that. I'm just mainly talking about like just gameplay features in itself. Positively, he says WWE 2K15 had the same amount of hair options. 17? They only had 17 hair options in WWE 2K15. James, can you confirm that?
I'm trying to. I can't remember.
I remember in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, there was
maybe back in the day. Yeah,
there was tons of stuff that you.
There has to be I think there was a game where it was very limited. It could be 15.
Could be okay. Matthew Lopez says there's a number of entrance musics you can of people not in the game yet, like Wingman. Who's Wingman? Sonny Kiss and Maki.
Let's see what there's a number of. Wingman. Oh, Wingman. That's a trios group. I can't. Yeah, that's a trios group with Ryan Nemeth and the 2 other. I can't remember their name was.
Yeah, I don't care if we get Ryan Nemeth in the game at all. Most skippable segment in BTE by far. Positively E says, when was the last time 2K gave you 5 attires? You can put 5 attires on your guy in 2K. You can keep adding new attires to your guy. It's just you have to either download them from community creations, or you have to make them yourself and then add it as an alternate attire. You can. I don't know what the limit is on 2K, but you can add multiple attires. So,
yeah, I'm curious. How did they get? Yeah, they have AJ Styles, Finn Balor's entrance on there.
Isaiah Hill says, I felt like WWE 2K15 was an underrated game. Look, I can't even remember back that far, so
you have to give me a screenshot. Hold on.
Yeah, Positively E could be right on all this, but as far as the game goes, look, I'm still excited for the game. I'm just worried that, look, we lost a few features that sold me from the beginning, and that's what's going to suck in the long haul. Like, are we getting our thumbtacks in there? The blood disappearing thing, that's so minor that I don't care about it. But I do still think, like, when I see the blood on the game, like, everybody's so stoked about this blood on the game. And the more videos I watch from it, the more I'm just not that excited about the blood on that game, just because it just looks like cuts everywhere. It doesn't look like a full face of red.
It's not a generic, and you can't, I mean, it can be always changed. Like, from the Reddit page, you can make them just bleed from weapons. There's no way to, like, just from a regular beat down, punching them down.
Oh, so they have options of making somebody bleed? Like, how you can do that?
Well, no. Game? From what the player said, he's a guy try to do it in a normal match, no weapons involved, I couldn't make him bleed until I used weapons.
Interesting.
So,
yeah, I do remember Evil Uno also talking about the weapons and saying that you really have to beat them down a lot in order to bleed. But then I watched the other videos, and right at the beginning of the match, they grabbed a weapon and somebody was bleeding right away. So, interesting. But yeah, man, I think that's about it, man. That's pretty much all we had to cover today. I wanted to talk a little bit of Fight Forever. I wanted to see what you guys felt about some of the things maybe not making it into the game. How do you feel about DLC packs? Is it just going to be like, are you okay with just wrestlers being DLC packs like 2K releases them, or do you want a little bit more?
Change it up instead of typical. From 2K they give us, what do they usually give us? Like wrestlers, tag teams. Once in a while they'll throw in moves. And now they've been changing it just a little bit, like throwing in arenas or something, just a little entrance being snuck in there. Considering I don't even remember what Impact did. I don't remember if Impact even had DLC. But you need to do something very, very dramatic of, we already got 3 months worth of DLC coming for the Fight Forever. You got to throw in a, hey, day one launch. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for purchasing this game. You get unlocked this, not just like the typical Matt Hardy and all that. Give me something else. If you want me to play this, be competition for 2K, give me something that's going to drive me like, oh, okay, I got to keep playing.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, take what that guy from Reddit wrote with a grain of salt. If you're comparing the game to 2K anyway, it shouldn't be compared. I'm just saying for created features, I am not buying this game to create stuff. I'll tell you that much.
It's more of an arcade, just different style wrestling.
I just want to pop on and play and have fun and continue to have fun. That's why I want to buy this game.
Yeah.
But Isaiah says, I'm disappointed we lost a few features for AEW Fight Forever. Not confirmed. Like I said, not confirmed. It's just some dude on Reddit says he's got the game early. He's posting all this the screenshots.
It's legitimate until you have the game in your hand. Like the guy I'm seeing right now, he's French.
We need the day one patch, and we'll see what it's like.
So, but don't get me wrong. At least by Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, there is going to be people that have the games. At least content creators, high in the numbers.
Let me get through these comments, and we're gonna bounce out of here. Positively, E says this guy doesn't know how to play the game. He's comparing everything to 2K game with 20 years of stuff copy and pasted. Yeah, well, I mean, it is. Look, you can't take shots at 2K for copy and paste because obviously some of the moves in AEW Fight Forever were copy and pasted that were hand drawn before and put in the 2K games. There are videos out there showing proof of this exact same movements, exact same features. I don't believe the notion that when Ukes sold everything to 2K that they gave them everything. Let's put it that way. It wasn't like that. They gave them the servers. They gave them, the design of the game. It is what it is. This is their first game, AEW's first game, and they plan on this being their only game as of right now. So if that's the case and they continue to update it, I expect to see the cage match stuff. I expect to see more created stuff. I expect to see more stuff, more mini games popping in. Conrad's got stuff popped up right here. Mini games, call parts, match types, refs. I expect to see all of that in the DLC. He says arenas, arena parts. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and it probably, and I'm speculating that they're going to do that with the shop. Like, here's new attires you can buy. Here's this.
Yeah.
Just something similar. Hey, you got this long to unlock it. Make me play for it. With the or AEW cash.
Positively, he says the DLC seasons for Fight Forever have mini games attached as well. Yes, I did see that. So that has been confirmed. So that's pretty cool. You can't do mini games online though, so that kind of sucks. That's once again, what can we have online? What can we not? Because online is what I'm sick of these games getting away, and this is 2K included. I'm sick of these games getting away with giving us these games and not taking care of the online community, because there is a community online that needs to have everything that you can do in your actual game. I should be able to play career mode online. I should be able to go cross-platform. I should be able to play mini games. I should be able to do all these other match types that you do in the offline mode. that should already be online. If you don't got that figured out, you shouldn't be releasing these games like this.
Yeah, let's
take
see
care
how,
of your online community, man. Stop giving these guys passes for doing
provide
that
me
shit.
an online, a great lobby online system. You already got me, invested with the whole with the cross platform supposedly it's in. I'm not sure about that. And yeah, you get your typical like back in the day WWE games, player matches, rank, and then obviously your private lobbies.
Yeah. Matthew Lopez says matches types, add-ons, trios, and tag team ladder matches. Yeah. See, that's the thing though that sucks is that this. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. I might have to put that on silent. This game has had 3 years of development, and they should have already had these match type. This shouldn't even be a question of DLC. Why are we waiting for a cage match?
Why are we waiting for trios?
Why are we waiting for trios? These are things that you showcase
stables.
On your show.
You don't even have stables in the game.
It's just a really weird situation that it's people are just giving them a pass on it. It's okay. We can wait for it on DLC. Look, as long as they give it to us, I'm happy. But if they don't give that to us and we can't figure out a way for trios,
that's going to be a very
big
con for us at the end of the day. So
yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. But
you learn. I get it.
Don't give it a pass just because it's AEW. That's all I'm saying. I get it. That's everybody's favorite product right now. But just because it's AEW does not mean that this game doesn't have a chance of
There's
sucking.
nothing with harsh criticism. I mean, remember when WWE had their first game back in the day? Same with WCW.
Yeah, you have to give them criticism, otherwise people don't get better. This is the reason why WWE 2K gets away with some of the stuff that they do, and they only give us minimal things, is because we let that slide for far too long. And now they're just like, they'll deal with it. You know what I mean?
Voice your opinion out there. Do like the old days. Just write what you need to. They will look at it. Just do it.
Isaiah Hill says WWE 2K24 coming next year. Be ready.
But that cause WS is going to be infested this year.
It says took 4 to 5 years to get No Mercy, and here comes the pain. I get it, man. I get it, but that was also on Nintendo 64. Times have changed, bro. Like,
not to mention there's not much development back in the day. Graphics were different. There was not as many game types.
You could probably produce a game now like that in like 2 weeks on a Nintendo 64.
Online. It was one of those buddy systems. Hey, buddy, come over to my place to play the game or whatever. That's changed. Hey, meet me online.
Let me see here. Lance Newwolf says, I can't wait for AEW Fight Forever. Yeah, we're all ready for it. Chris Williams says, game will probably be Garbo. Don't listen to Chris. Like, I
got your copy in the mail. I've already told you. Your copy.
I still have hope for this game, man. Lance Newwolf said, I heard they took out thumbtacks. Not confirmed, but we're hoping not.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
It says Fight Forever is built from scratch in Unreal Engine. There's no proof those animations would work on the default Unreal skeletons. I get it, man. I get it, but still, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking. If you're too excited for the game, you're not. Your views on the game will be clouded. For me, I'm excited for the game, and I'm gonna get my hands on it and make my judgment then. But trust me, if this game sucks, there will be videos on this game saying and calling out that this game sucks, and I'm going to have gameplay because that is what I'm waiting for.
AEW games.
Yeah, that is what I'm waiting for, is to get my own gameplay features in there, because I didn't want to take anybody else's gameplay to show that in the footage. The only gameplay that I have shown on an AEW video that I've done is something that AEW Games presented us with. So I don't like to take anybody else's gameplay and use that. So I'm just waiting for the game to come out, man. My videos will be up for everybody to make a decision on their own. No guarantees for SKUs matches. Positively E says 2K copy and pasted match types for years. Once again, though, you're saying not to compare it to 2K, but you're over here comparing it to 2K. 2K did it. 2K did it. It's okay, man. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but this isn't a game to be compared for, man. You still have to call them out when they do wrong, man. That's how I feel about both wrestling companies, too, like when it comes to their actual products. Like, praise what they do good, call them out when they suck.
Trust me, I'm pretty sure go back in the day.
Don't be biased.
Was probably a lot of things you could have called that for No Mercy and NWO, WCW Revenge and all those games. And Warzone and all those other games that I don't want to mention that were garbage.
It says 2K hasn't even given some that they removed when they took over. That's true, man. That's true. But I promise you one thing. 2K24 is going to come in hot because of this AEW Fight Forever game. If you think I'm wrong, just wait and see because...
Literally, I'm seeing the video here. Like, this person has Io Skies. They have Io Skies animation in the game. I don't know how that get through.
We'll see, man. There could be some mods or something like that, too. Just wait until you get the game. Like I said, I'm still excited for the game. I'm just not going to, praise every single thing about it because obviously this game is missing a lot. There's no secret. It's missing a ton of things. Should you support this game? Should you buy and pre-order their first game? Yes, absolutely. Because if you don't put money into it, then nothing will happen with the game.
Expect a lot of heavy advertisement for this game.
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, if somebody here has information of how impacted their advertisements, because I don't even remember them doing it, you got to be on top of it if you want this game to be a success.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day.
All right, guys, that's it from me, man. I'm Jesse Carter. He's James Pinard Jr. We'll see you next week right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Peace. Pro Wrestling